Alright guys, what's going on? It's Vince. I go by the in-game name Vuruxium. I'm a maxed Ironman, and this is going to be my 2025 bank video. If you were here last year, which I didn't get like a ton of views, but I know some people from my clan were here. We did a bank video last year. Happy to be back again. We're going to do a 2025 updated one. I also have the bank on my left from last year. You guys can't see it, but I can kind of reference it and kind of cross-reference what we have this year versus last year. So should be pretty cool to see the progress I've made, some of the new things I've gotten, and we're going to jump into it. So starting off, like I said, max 2277 total level. We actually just hit 600 collection log slots, so that's pretty cool. Little milestone there at 600. All quests, all achievement diaries, not all combat tasks, which is fine. It's not something I'm necessarily going for, but we brought this up in the last video. So yeah, we're at 18,000 boss kill counts, which, let me see what we were at last year. Looks like we were at about 14,365, so a little short of 4,000 bosses killed on the year, which isn't too bad. Our top boss actually went from Cerberus to Kraken, so I think we finished Kraken, got the pet. So that's kind of cool that kind of changed. And then our top rate is still Chambers as of the moment. So total points for the combat achievement is 1,109. Last year we were only at 820. So pretty cool. It went up a little bit again. Kind of cool to see the progress. And now we're going to get into the bank. Straight off the rip, the bank value shot up from last year, and you'll see why as I kind of continue to go through the tabs at the top here. But last year we were only at 3.6 bill, and this year we've shot up to 5.4 bill. It's actually a little higher than that, but I have certain like leagues rewards and whatnot on certain items like the Void Waker and some of my Virtus spoiler. But I think then it takes it off the bank value. So it's actually a little bit higher than 5.4 bill, but we're sitting at a pretty high number at this point. We got some good items this year coming up, so our cash stack went up as well. It looks like we were only at 17 mil last year versus this year we're up to 36 mil, so that's kind of cool. You'll also notice I have a bunch of bonds. I think it just kind of looks nice at the top there. Sometimes I use them if I get them from like events or whatnot. So I have those over the top. We got a bunch of currencies still. This tab's mainly the same. We got the runes, some of our usual gear, the teleport jewelry, a couple other teleports, and I started stacking some caskets just for fun. I think it looks nice at the start there. Next we're going to go to the resources tab. This also similarly looks pretty unchanged. It's the exact same layout, to be honest. I think I moved around a couple things. Like I moved like the double ammo mold, the coal bag, the dragon pickaxe, that sort of stuff. We actually got the dragon pickaxe or Nate kit, so that looks pretty cool. Got the upgraded one instead of the default dragon pickaxe, so that's pretty cool. Looks like most of this is honestly the same. It's actually the exact same arrow shaft stack, which is pretty funny. But yeah, plenty of food, plenty of gems, plenty of buckets of sand. Looks like that went up from 62,000 last year to 87,000. This is honestly me just showing a bunch of the resources I have. We did get the costume needle from the Varlamore quest, so that's a nice little quality of life upgrade as well. And then of course we're always AFKing food, so last year our Kronbon stack was 36,000, and it looks like it went up 12,000 from the previous year, so that's pretty nice. The anglerfish also went up. Last year we only had 9,000. Now we're all the way up to 26,000. I do those a lot when I AFK and play some other games, such as like Valorant or League of Legends or kind of whatever I'm into. Even if I'm doing like side work or side projects or working from home, I'll fish anglers. So, excuse me. That's a pretty good update as well. I'm going to jump right into the next tab. This tab looks a lot different from last year from what I can see. Obviously, we got the potion storage, which I'll jump into that too. But that's a major difference from last year to this year, considering they didn't have the potion storage last year. So I'll jump into that in a second, but we are just great on herbs. I mean, even like the Lantadime, the seeds went up. We got more of them. So that's pretty nice. The same thing with the Renars. We only had 20 seeds last year versus we're all the way up to 287. And we have more Renar weed too. I would imagine we probably have close to the same amount of potions. So, but the secondaries are also looking pretty good. We're even up 2 bottomless compost buckets from last year, so that's pretty cool. I think we're sitting at just shy of 800 Hesperia KC. So, other than that, this tab again, it's more just like this one where it's a resource tab. But plenty of herbs. I'm always doing farming contracts. I'll do herb runs here and there, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty widely unchanged. This is the potion storage, brand new potion storage from, again, the Herblore mini game. I think I'm going to jump forward a little bit. Let's see here, though. But prayer pots, again, it goes by doses, so you do have to kind of divide by 4. But, I mean, we're sitting on, like, just over 2,000 prayer pots. I mean, a ton of ranging pots. I think it's like 3,000 or so. Decent amount of divines, tons and tons of stamps. I mean, that's just insane. So we're looking real good on that. I mean, even the Sarah brews. I mean, we had just under 5,000 last year, and now we have close to 6,000. Still haven't gone to next. Need to kind of do that and then go from there. But I mean, the potion stacks are looking good. So next, we're gonna go into the gear tab, which is like pretty exciting. So this, we got a ton of upgrades. I'm gonna cross compare from last year, but this is the good stuff, the fun stuff from last year. So just at a glance, I didn't know we actually had Virtus last year. That's surprising. We got Echo Virtus from Leagues 5, so that looks pretty cool. Just something different. Looks pretty cool in the bank. Doesn't add to the bank value though, like I said. So I mean, it just gives you the high out value. It doesn't give you the GE value. So that's unfortunate, but it does look nice. We also got the Voidwaker kit from the previous leagues. I guess I made this before that was kind of completed. And then we had the Blazing Blowpipe last year as well, but that's here too from the league's rewards. On top of that, we did upgrade our Fire Max Cape to the Infernal Max Cape, which I am very proud of. It looks fantastic. It took me 2 Zucks and just shy of 50 Infernal attempts. I think I was at like 49 or so. So, but very happy to have this. Very proud to have done the Inferno this year. Or I guess within the past year. Within the year 2024 to now. On top of that, we also got Ferocious Gloves. We got the Ultor Ring. Let me pull this bad boy. The Scythe. We did spoon this. I think it was sub 100 top KC. So very undeserved, but I do have a Scythe in my name at this point. Which is just not something I ever expected to have on this account, especially at such a low KC. We had the Shadow last year in last year's bank video, but not the Scythe, so that's pretty exciting. And then on top of that, we also pulled the Sanguinesti staff sub 100 KC, so extremely undeserved, extremely spooned at Tob. We actually are still rocking our Dragon Defender. That's how spooned we went. I don't even have a Navernic yet, so that's just completely undeserved. So, but in other news, we got the Noxious Halberd, the Amulet of Rancor, which is pretty cool. Those were both from the new Araxor boss that came out within the past year. So those are pretty cool items to have and add onto the account as well. We finished the Echo Venator bow, so that's pretty cool. We have the kit from again from Leagues. So, and then I'm actually gonna empty this this rune pouch. There's the final rune stack if anybody's curious. But on top of that, I don't think we upgraded too much else. I mean, we got like the Aaron Nea boots. We got the Ferocious Gloves. We actually got a Justy helm as well. I forgot about that. ACB, I want to say, this is new from this year. So, quite a bit of upgrades. But, again, nothing too crazy here. Zombie helmet came out as well, which is cool for Corp. So, this is the gear tab. Very proud of it. I mean, 4.3 bill gear tab. It's been looking nice. There's There's still a lot I want to add to this, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with everything we got in here so far. 3 Ceradoman Hilts, and the Bandos Godsword, I believe, is new as well. We didn't have those last year, so lots and lots of upgrades. This tab saw a major overhaul, and just continues to grow. I mean, it didn't even have this little slider last year, so this has been a fun one. And then these are going to be unchanged. I mean, last year I think it looked a little bit different, so I reorganized this a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, this is just skilling outfits, the achievement diary outfits and such, so nothing crazy in here. I mean, we got the alchemist goggles and amulet from the Herblore minigame, but nothing crazy in this one. This is like the Slayer loot tab. Again, nothing crazy in this. It's, by comparison with like the gear, but this is a bunch of the extra loot that I've gotten from Slayer. I alked a good amount of it too, which is why you see the cash stack growing. But again, nothing too crazy in here. But I'll show it off just so you can see. I think I organized the ammo in here too. Take a look. I don't know, the ammo was organized last year. So yeah, tons of amethyst arrows. If I get a T-bow, I would imagine maybe I'll spoon one. So we'll see about that. Tons of broad arrows too if I really want to use them. I doubt these will ever get used though. So it'll be more the amethyst ones if and when I get a T-bow. And then I have a little bit of dragon arrows. I think we got like 200 more this year, which is like nothing, but that went up a little bit as well. And some other random items scattered at the bottom. So 3 Araxite heads, the venom, some Bandos boots. I mean, nothing crazy. But yeah, this is the Slayer loot tab, and just like the miscellaneous loot. So, and then that's pretty much it. This is like some clue stuff. Also, if you didn't know, you can do unholy, like the god book page sets to. So if you don't want to throw them out as an Ironman, you can actually, you know, put them into packs or the sets. That way, you know, if we get an update to give them a use, you're not just out of luck. You can do that only if you have the full set. So you do have to keep some of them in here, but it's better than nothing. So quick little tip for you guys. And then we got some champion scrolls up top here, and these can actually go into there, but whatever. But and this is just my miscellaneous junk tab. I mean, I have a couple things that I use for wilderness. We got the infernal placeholder since I made it into a max cape. Some other stuff, some holiday items. my snowball collection of 161,000 snowballs. That's always fun to kind of do over the winter. I don't think it went up that much from last year, if at all. I'll take a look. Yeah, I mean, we had 161k last year too, but those are always fun to just kind of add in there as well. But this is kind of the miscellaneous junk tab. But other than that, that's about it. I mean, like I said, like the main tab is gonna be this gear tab, but like this is obviously the resources, the lack of potions tab now, since they're all in here. Makes it a little harder to kind of read since it's broken up into doses instead of actual pots, but you just divide it by 4 and kind of guesstimate a little bit. But again, this is the gear tab. Oh, you know what I didn't touch on? We got the blessed spirit shield, which is exciting. I think we're a little over 100 KC, so once we get a sigil, we can actually just put it right onto that bad boy, and we'll have a spirit shield. So, but yeah, that's the bank again. 5.4 bill. I think that just updated. We were just shy of 5.4 bill when we started, so that's updating in real time, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's the bank video. Very happy with it. The gear just continues to upgrade over time, and yeah, it should be fun to see what we're at next year. Next, we're going to go into the collection log. Again, nothing crazy changed. Sire, I didn't do. Hydra, I did a little bit of. We got the leather. So we're sitting at 707 KC on that. Got the leather this year. Moxie came out this year, so we got the glacial hammers. So that's cool. Araxor came out. We got basically everything except the pet. But, I mean, even the jar of venom we got just in 637 KC. So I know people go dry on this, so really happy to see that we got everything in a super reasonable KC on that. don't think I did any Barrows this year, but that's the Barrows log. Didn't do any Brio this year. Callisto, I don't think I did any, but we have the hilt and the claws. Once we get the chain mace. There's my crazy Cerberus log with the primordial crystal. Chaos Ellie we didn't do. Zilly we did. We got 3 Ceradomin Helts and the ACB, which is just ridiculous that we got 3 of these. But just 604 KC, we got the ACB. Corp, again, we got the Holy Elixir and the Spirit Shield, which is pretty sweet once we get one of the sigils. Didn't do DKs. I don't think I did this year. Maybe I did. I can't remember if I did the DKs this year, but we got the pet, which is pretty cool. I think I went back and did all the rings shortly after I got my Infernal Cape, maybe? I can't remember. There's the Duke KC. Fight caves ain't anything nuts. Coliseum, we gotta go and attempt that. I'd love to get that this year, so hopefully next year we'll have the Quiver Max Cape. That'd be pretty sweet, but that is something I do want to do this year. Gauntlet I haven't touched. Bandos I haven't touched, but there's the log. Haven't touched. Here's my Hespori KC. Yeah, we're at 763 this year, which is pretty sweet. Would love to see that hit 800 this year. Should be pretty doable, as long as I stay consistent and keep killing it. So 21 buckets right now, and that's going to just continue to grow. Huey, I actually did a little bit of too. We didn't get any drops, but I used to do duos with a buddy of mine. So we are up to 55 KC on that. Like I said, I did the Inferno this year as well, which is pretty cool. So I can proudly say I have the Infernal Cape now. KQ didn't do any. KBD, I think I may have done some of this for a bingo, so we might have a couple more heads, but this is largely unchanged as well. Kraken, we green logged. We got the pet. I'd still like to get a couple more tentacles for the upgrade. I think it's on the Trident, yeah. And I think we got a couple more jars of dirt as well, which is just insane. So 8 jars of dirt and 3,500 KC. We got the pet, and that is now green logged as well. Haven't started Kuriari yet. Krill, we got the spear and the staff of the dead. I think I did a couple of kills this year, maybe. Leviathan, again, haven't really started grinding yet. Moon's Apparel, we did some. We got the Tassets, that's about it. Next, this was all in mass on release, didn't get anything. But looking forward to going to next for some Torva. Haven't done any Nightmare either. Don't have the Hill Giant Club. Phantom Muspel we completed. Again, we got the Venator Bow in 601 KC, which I think is a super reasonable KC. It looked daunting at first to sit there and do hundreds of kills, but if you guys know the step back method, it's really good. I quite enjoy doing the step back method for that. Seracnus, we may have done during bingo a little bit, but we got 2 cudgels, a bunch of the egg sacs, and 459 KC. No jar yet, but have not touched Scorpio at all. Scurious, I think I may have done for the bingo, so we have a bunch of kills for that, but Scotizo, nothing crazy. I guess except the pet. We got the pet for Scotizo. Temperos, I don't think I touched. Vardorvis, we did get the Ultor Vestige, 1200 KC. Pretty happy to have that out of the way, considering it's one of the better rings, if not the best ring in the game. Oh, it is the best ring in the game, but there's niche, scenarios where you use other rings. Venenatus and Spindle, I think we got this last year, but Voidwaker was there. Got that super spooned. Same thing with Vedion, that was super spooned. There's my Vorkath log, nothing yet. I would love to see one of the Visages one day. Whisper, haven't started grinding. I need to go back there and get the Bellator. I actually have the Tome of Fire, so hopefully with the collection log update, this will be green logged. Volcano I didn't really touch, and Zora I may have done a couple kills, but that's the boss collection logs. Raids wise, chambers, I don't think we did much, if any, chambers this year, but that's the chambers log. Dragon Claws were pretty spooned, and we got a dex, so I haven't seen a purple in a while here. I'd love to see one. Honestly, as long as it's not a dupe, I don't really care what it is. They're all sick items. Again, there's the Theater of Blood log that I was talking about. Between the Scythe, the Sang, and the Justy helm. I mean, this is super spoon, so completely undeserved. Do not deserve to have a Scythe or a Sang staff. The Justy helm, it should just be an Averna kill at this point, but yeah, we take the spoon. We take the spoon and we run with the spoon. Here's the Tombs log as well. Again, we had this last year, but the Shadow is completely undeserved. Spooned Theater of Blood and Tombs of a Mascot, so both sub 100. I guess this is technically over 100 because of the expert and the regular, but complete spoons for those two mega rares. Maybe we spoon a Tivo. Maybe we spoon a Tivo. We'll see. Clues, I don't know if I showed this last year, but real quick, I'll go down it. That's the beginner. This is the easy. Got the medium. We do have Ranger boots. We pulled that at 21 KC. Not new, but we did pull that at 21 KC. Got the hards. Got the Ranger hat. What's this called? Yeah, Robin Hood hat. Pulled the Dragon Full Helm Ornate kit, which would be sick. We could have the gold Dragon Full Helm if we end up pulling that from the Myth Dragons. We surprisingly actually have a lot of the Royals set too. We just need the crown. That's kind of a cool little thing here with the elites. Also, if there's noise in the background, I apologize. I don't think you can hear it, but I hear people in my house. I haven't done a ton of Masters, and then, you know, no third age quite yet, so. Mini games ain't anything crazy. I mean, we greenlogged Trawler, Giant's Foundry, Mahogany Homes, Rogue's Den, and Temple Trekking, but again, nothing crazy in there. And then last but not least, I'll go through all pets. So we got 9 pets. I think again we got Kraken this year, and I think that's it. I want to say that's it. We got dupes of quite a few pets actually. The Abyssal Protector, Rift Guardian. Oh, and the Heron. So 9 pets. Maybe we'll see some this year. Maybe we won't. And other than that, I mean, I guess I'll show you guys the Slayer. Slayer tab is pretty cool, 52 of 80. We don't have an Imbued Heart or an Eternal Gem. I'd love to get an Imbued Heart because of the Shadow. That'd be so dope. We could turn it into Saturated Heart and it would just go right through enemies. No Visages either. It's weird. You only increasingly become aware of how much you either stutter or fumble over words when you try to make videos like this. So been trying not to do that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's gonna be the bank video. So I guess the only other thing to touch on, we have 368 days. We were at 309 last year, so just about 59 days played. It's been a busy year. But, you know, hopefully this year we continue to just play more, do more boss KCs, add some gear to the bank. Again, this is coming along very nicely. It's been fun to continue to watch this build up and progress this tab. So, in fact, next year we actually will probably only have 1 boot slot because these are going to get combined with the new Delve boss. So, should be a good time. But if you made it this far, comment the word pineapple. Just to show that you made it this far. But other than that, that's going to do it for the 2025 bank video. Again, I really appreciate you guys watching. Check out my Twitch, check out my Twitter. I'll put links in the description. Maybe I start going live a little bit this year. And who knows, maybe we'll see a podcast. But other than that, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you later.